Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about 33, 3rd of March. I have a special message for you. So number 33 in the world of numerology is one of the most powerful numbers, one of the most powerful master numbers, and it holds within one of the most powerful energies that may be felt today. So there's numerous facts about the number 33 in numerology which subscribe to the near divine status. Namely, the first temple of Solomon stood for exactly 33 years. David ruled for 33 years. There are 33 segments in the spine. Jesus lived for 33 years. In the first chapter of Genesis, the name of God is mentioned 33 times, and the tree of life contains 33 steps of wisdom. So the root of 33, that is 6th, which is a number that is naturally associated with family, love, home, and responsibility, holds within, again, the master vibrations of 33, such as the Kundalini force that makes its way up 33 segments of the spine. It opens all the chakras that it encounters, resulting in a tingling sensation in the body. That's how we usually feel this energy. That's why this energy is associated and connected with love, home, family, and of course, responsibility. Often when we experience this kind of energy, the sense of inspiration is often coming with it. It awakens a sense of responsibility, like let's do something with it, which is already a responsibility. Like I want to manifest something here. I want to bring something good here. And it's also an energy that helps you to explore what was in Latin written as terra incognita, which means the unknown or unexplored territory. So how can we experience or sense this kind of an energy? Well, we usually sense it as a need for a deeper spiritual connection. We also sense it as a bit more of clarity around why we feel so nurturing, why we feel so caring towards others. A lot of people who connect themselves with this kind of energy may be more highly sensitive to the needs of others, more empathic. So we need to find out let's say, the good part of empathy, and you need to learn how to balance the challenging part of empathy, which is learn how to set boundaries, learn how to say no, and learn how to stand for your rights and your truth. So number 33 is teaching us. The main purpose of it is to teach us the highest possible goodness. Goodness doesn't mean positivity, but it is a positivity that comes from goodness. So it doesn't mean that if you will be thinking positive thoughts that you will become a good person, but it means that when you become a good person, you will start thinking more positive thoughts naturally. But if you're not there yet, it means you need to integrate its energy. You need to go through the process of healing. You need to go through the process of, let's say, psychological balancing to recognize why also sometimes critical thinking is very important to kind of articulate the challenges, the roadblocks, the problems, so then you can resolve them and therefore manifest more goodness in your life. But goodness comes from truth, and truth many times is a scary thing because it leads us into the unknown often. For most people who live in this matrix mentality where everything is kind of pre-programmed, anything that pulls them out of these belief systems from the matrix is scary for them. So they will do everything to protect their own belief systems. But 33, the energy of 33 comes to shatter all these old belief systems. So a sense of deeper truth and understanding can arise. And that's beautiful to see because so many people that are waking up right now are coming into a deeper connection with this energy of a master teacher of 33. So why 33 is so powerful and how we can associate it with what we may experience today. Well, firstly, it's the byproduct of combination of 11, which is the master manifester, and 22, which is the master builder. Once you become a master of your mind and you know how to practically use everything you've learned intellectually, mentally, and through your imagination, how to use all these mental capabilities in action, in building habits, in building discipline in your material life, you come across a term which we may call as mastery. You become a great, skillful leader. So today I wrote this short message that I want to read to you, which means the 33 embodies the vibration of a master teacher, one who has mastered the laws of duality, turning thought skills into practical tools for uplifting the good around. Mastery implies becoming so skillful that achieving intended results is successful. Reflect on where you lack this mastery and turn inward for an answer. Remember that the source of all knowledge resides in your heart, the essence of life. So, how can we connect with this energy? Well, firstly, this energy is deeply associated with a sense of compassion, with a sense of healing. So you may be wondering, or you may feel today a bit more connection with this type of thinking. Am I leading my life? This is already a sense of compassion towards yourself. Am I leading myself the way I really want to be led? Am I really walking the path that is the best for me? Am I doing what I say to myself that I want to do? Am I doing these things? Am I providing to myself what I need? Am I waking up and saying to myself that I love myself? There's a good practice. Stand in front of the mirror as soon as you wake up and say to yourself, I love myself. I love myself. Just say to yourself at least 10 times, 20 times, and see how you will feel. That's a sense of nurturing for yourself, right? 33, the master teacher, became the master because he or she was nurturing to such a degree that nurturing became not just a habit, but a skillful tool that he or she can now spread it onto others. So you need to become nurturing towards yourself, caring towards yourself. And another important thing, for example, not just when it comes to how you're treating yourself, but also how you're choosing your hobbies, your career, your job. Like, if you associated yourself with the number of 33, you might be thinking about, does your job reflect that? Like, are you doing something where you can nurture others, where you can care for others? Because it will provide you a great sense of joy and also passion, purpose. Like, for example, being a nurse, being a psychologist, being a doctor, being a psychiatrist, being a waitress, or being a teacher, being a salesperson, being a priest maybe, a police maybe, if you find a great truth in it, like doing it because you know why you need to do it, or maybe a broker. Like in the past, my last job I was a salesperson. I was working in a shop with sports equipment, and I loved that job because I was working with people, and it felt really good because I was able to provide something helpful to others. So I've enjoyed in that, and right now I find myself in that similar position, just that I'm not selling something, I'm giving a message. I'm also selling my art. You of course can find it in my store at AttractPassion.com. But the main purpose is to bring a healing energy with it. Like, many people write us messages when they observe my art, they experience a sense of tingling sensation through their bodies. They experience a sense of deep tranquility, deep peace, but also a sense of truth, like it's coming from divine. And it's beautiful to do something like that, you know? When you find out that this is who you are, this is what kind of energies feel the most natural to you, You then need to adapt your lifestyle to it, so your whole life can become something fun to experience, something playful, something purposeful, something meaningful. Like the saying goes, the purpose of life is a life of purpose. So once you start knowing yourself better, you will notice that you want to adapt your lifestyle to who you are. And that's why it's so important to know that if you are by nature nurturing and caring for others, well, I hope you're also providing this to yourself. And if yes, then you've already come across a deeper understanding that you don't want to do it just in your free time. You want to do a career out of it. You want to create a job, a career, or whatever will also provide you money out of it, because then everything becomes really, really meaningful. Sure, it's not something you change in one day, but it's something you aim towards. So think about it. Then the second thing you may be more aware of today is that you are highly sensitive to the needs of others. It's another quality that it's a good quality, but it's also a challenging quality if it's not well balanced, that's associated with number 33. And it's a quality that is changing this world for the better. It's a quality that is providing a lot of healing on this world. Like, for example, if you are close to someone who's really hurting, you will feel his or her pain. And because you feel it, you will feel naturally drawn to understand them, to listen to them, to see what they are going through, and to notice if there's something you can give, if there's something you can help. When this energy is not balanced, it may lead into a sense of burden, like they're constantly complaining, like they're constantly, spreading pain onto you, or whatever you may come up with. Sometimes it may also happen that you've gained a lot of understanding of certain knowledge and you want to force this knowledge onto them, which also doesn't work. Like, real healing can only happen through listening, through understanding, and then person in need will ask you what to do. Like, can you help me with that? If this doesn't happen, then it only means be there and listen until you can understand that person. Never talk before you completely understand, and don't be fooled by your senses when you think you understand what they are going through. This is self-mastery, a mastery of a healer, of a teacher. So understand that firstly, you need to understand them, so then you can help them, right? When it comes to personality, this energy can affect you in a way that you may notice you're here for something bigger. You're here for something bigger. So often people may feel attracted towards you and they just open up. They start sharing something, their life stories with you. They open up and they share maybe something painful, something they're going through with you. And later they will stop and say, I don't know why I'm sharing this with you, but I feel safe with you, or something like that. It's because you have a really pure energy. This is quite pure energy. There's not so much of ego here. Still, there is a sense of it, but it's not like you just want to benefit something from everything. It's more like you want to be there for others, which is a very, very, I would say, challenging thing in life, because we need to be prepared for that. We need to prepare ourselves for it. That's why in all spiritual practices, for a person to become a master, he or she will need to go through many, many challenging practices for balancing their psychology, balancing their emotions, aligning their energy centers, aligning their, energy body, and then going through physical practices, like certain physical workouts, so their vessel can be prepared for it. And then when their understanding will match their energy and their actions will reflect their understanding, then they're ready to serve. So see, it's not an easy job to be in a position of a master teacher, but it's most probably something you feel drawn to. That's why you have such a deep need for knowledge, such a deep need for understanding, such a deep need for spiritual philosophies and stories because you feel drawn into it, and maybe today you feel even more connected to it. Just understand that this is who you are, so you can adapt your lifestyle to all these energies. So what's associated with it is, as I mentioned, compassion and healing. You're more compassionate than maybe most people. You have a deep need to heal the world, to heal people around you than maybe most people you know. Like, people associated with 33 may possess a heightened sense of compassion, often dedicating themselves to healing and helping others. Then leadership, you have a sense like you want to lead yourself. To anyone who resonates with this, will feel like you don't want to walk the path that was paved already, that was walked already. You want to lead with love. You want to lead the path that was not walked before. Like I mentioned before, this Latin word terra incognita, the unknown or unexplored territory. We all know that we are coming from a time where everything was done by force, everything was done by great amount of control, and we're slowly moving into a time where everything will be done more through surrendering, through effortless action, which means inspired action that feels more effortlessly because it's supported with so much of inspiration, love, compassion, and flow. So that's the new leadership that is arising, and we can see it all around the world. We can see that it's happening right now, but it doesn't happen by itself. It happens by you learning to surrender. So if you're going through something challenging right now, it doesn't mean that life started punishing you. It means life started preparing you for this position, because most probably you find yourself being in a family that most probably you're the only one who is waking up right now. It means you're a cycle breaker, which means you're already born with a capacity to be a leader. But you need to understand that if you're being challenged by life at this point, it's because life is preparing you to accept, to surrender, and to awaken to a sense of a visionary. And we need to embody all of these three aspects of a leader. Firstly, learn to accept what is, which means you don't fight with what's present. You don't want to escape what's present. You learn to accept it until you're being completely okay with what is present, because you can't change it. If you can't change it, you need to accept it. So when you look around, acceptance will lead you to appreciation. There's always something you can appreciate, and appreciation will lead you to gratitude. Gratitude will lead you to joy, and joy will lead you to see a new light. So that's why acceptance is so powerful. It's not something we learn in one day. It's not something we learn in 1 year. It's something we are learning through our whole lives. So make sure you start today. Then, if the first thing is acceptance, then the second thing is surrendering. There is a higher power that is moving through you, and that higher power is often experienced, or it manifests itself in a sense of inspiration. So sometimes it can come to you through other people. Like sometimes you may be watching my videos and you may feel inspired. It's not because I inspired you, it's because something moved through me to you to inspire you, not for you to feel inspired, but to do something with those feelings. So that's why inspiration is experienced. Like before I said, there's 33 segments of the spine, and when energy moves through all these 33 segments of the spine, it opens all the chakras and it encounters, resulting in a tingling sensation in the body. That's inspiration. So when you feel inspired, it means something awakened your energy centers in you. And now what will you do with this activated energy? Will you distract yourself, or will you do something creative with it? That leads into leadership, right? Leading your life into a new level, onto a new level. So I was always wondering in my past, when I was listening to music that I love and it inspired me, I was always wondering what to do with all this energy, because I feel so good, and it led me into drawing and painting. And later, I felt inspired and painting was not enough, I started making this video. So I've noticed, okay, this energy is actually leading me somewhere, but I need to ask it what I need to do with it. That's why all answers are within you, and you need to ask yourself where this energy is leading me. This is the power of the spirit that is leading you, my friend. So it's coming from this higher intelligence, and that means surrendering. Surrendering means that you allow inspiration to lead you, right? To do what you feel inspired to. But then you need to be quite disciplined with it. So what you've started, you also finish, because sometimes inspiration only ignites the journey, but then you need to walk it, then you need to do your job. Like, it was partially done by divine, but then it partially needs to be done by you. So it's like starting a painting. Sometimes it happens, I mean, with each painting it happens to me, so I know how it works. Like, you feel divinely inspired to start a painting, and then I start it and I don't feel so much inspired to work on it through the process, but I still know that I need to finish it, and then I meditate with it, and I, imagine how I'm flowing with it, and I keep working on it until it's finished. And once it's finished, I feel again this tingling sensation, like, oh, I've done it, and it's always more incredible than I saw it at the first place. So this is another part to this 33 master teacher that is teaching us, well, partially it's inspiration, but partially it's discipline. So it's partially divine and partially human, right? Make sure that you embody, that you know, that you understand this. And through your creative mind, through your imagination, you will find a way. Then the last thing I want to mention is that you may feel, and today you may feel even more, this deep need to make an impact on the world. If you resonate with all of that, if you resonate with all these spiritual teachings and numerology and all of this, you may feel a need that you want to make an impact on the world as well. But don't be delusional, or don't think that making an impact is only when you're doing something huge. Making an impact is also when you share a generous smile with a stranger, when you help someone on the streets, when you do something completely small but meaningful to someone. That's how you're making an impact. Imagine that there is, a divine matrix, an intelligent matrix in which we live. Like, all the space around us is intelligent. So every time you do something good, that's the energy you share around you, and this energy will affect someone else to do something good as well. It's like, if you would be surrounded with negative people, you will much easily become negative as well. But when you do something good, it's affecting others as well. So you never know where these acts of goodness will take you. Like, I never thought I will be doing something like I'm doing today. I've just started because I felt passionate about it. So make sure that you don't fall into this idea that to make an impact on the world needs to be something huge. Start with something simple and small and just go with it, and you will see where God through goodness will take you, right? So play with that, experiment. Like William Blake said, the true method of knowledge is experiment. That's how you master anything you choose. So this was a message of 33. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found something valuable in it. Of course, today I'm sharing with you painting The Source, which is to me a painting of the ultimate source. It was created out of geometrical patterns. I thought this will be the complete painting, but then when I finished all these geometrical patterns, I still felt it's quite empty, it's not complete. So I just let the flow kind of guided me through the process, and that's how this painting was created. So many people wrote us that once they put it onto a wall and when they are observing it, they feel a deep connection with something bigger. They feel such an incredible sense of presence, and that's also what I feel when I'm observing the original one that is still with me. I feel, when I'm looking in that eye in the middle, I feel like there's something deep in it. So maybe try it out, look at it, and let me know what happens. Write in the comment section what this painting represents to you, because I'm curious to know what so many of you, so many unique minds see in such painting. Let me know. And to anyone who would love to support my art, go and check out our store, AttractPassion.com, where you can find all of my art, prints of my art in different sizes and some of the original ones. AttractPassion.com. Also, you can use the code PASSION15. If you're first buyer, you will get 15 off on your order. And to anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, there's a link in the description where you can book a calling with me. And I'm excited to meet you, to hear about your journey, everything you're going through, and maybe I can help you to kind of get it to the next level. So if any of it resonates with you, go and check out the links in the description. My friends, till next time, one love.